recognize the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. This day honors survivors of residential schools, their families, and Indigenous communities across Canada. It is time to reflect on the lasting impact of residential schools on Indigenous peoples, our responsibilities to learn about the address past and ongoing injustices, the importance of walking together on the path of reconciliation and healing. As we move forward, let us be guided by empathy, learning, and the goal of building a more inclusive future. Thank you. We will proceed with the land acknowledgement. We would like to begin by acknowledging the land on which we gather today is the land traditionally used by the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Chinootan people. We acknowledge the enduring presence and deep traditional knowledge and philosophies of the Indigenous peoples with whom we share this land today. Just lost everything there. And will you start with a moment of reflection?
Let us be mindful of the needs of our citizens and advance only those causes that will ensure peace and harmony in the community now and always.
Are there any declarations of a pecuniary interest in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act? Seeing none. We have some minutes. I need a motion that the following minutes be adopted as presented. Minutes of the August 26, 2025 council meeting and the minutes of the September 16th, 2025 committee of the whole meeting. Moved by Councillor Wagner, second by Councillor Brick. All in favor? That's carried. No petitions, no presentations, but we have a delegation. Need a motion that the Council of the Township of Wellesley accept Patrick Gilbride as a delegation. Patrick Gilbride is the Executive Director of Reed Cream Solutions, and he's going to talk about his 25th anniversary impact report. Motion by Councillor Wagner, second by Councillor Brick. All in favor? It's up to you.
Good evening, Mayor Nowak, councillors and staff. Am I getting picked up okay on the mic? Yeah, okay, great. As you mentioned, we're very pleased to be here tonight to share with you our most recent impact report, which is our 25th time of reporting these types of reports to the community. And 25 years represents an entire generation's worth of impact. And we feel that's all the more important since we realize that the decisions that we make today will resonate for many generations to come. And it's in that same spirit that we are celebrating the myriad of accomplishments over the past 25 years of people within the community. Can't seem to advance. Okay, thank you. Which you can see, we've quantified a lot of those over the past 25 years. And really, I do want to emphasize that these are actions done by the community, not by us. We support people, and these are representing the actions. And we feel that this is representative of the necessary momentum that we're going to need for those generations that I mentioned that are still to come. And that, you know, the work in front of us is monumental, including the energy transition, planting trees, and flood-proofing entire neighborhoods and adapting to climate change. So to take a great sort of example, a homeowner, Jamie, he's looking to make the energy transition. He installed a hybrid heat pump system and is migrating his family's energy consumption away from gas to electricity. But with the recent cancellation of the federal carbon tax, he chose wisely to install solar panels at the same time, which will offset his energy bills. And we're noticing that heat pumps combined with solar are becoming a more and more common retrofit paired together. So based on our analysis between 2023 and 2024, over half the heat pumps installed in Ontario were undersized. Many contractors don't have the information that they need in order to make an informed recommendation at the time of installation, which often leads to a one-size-fits-all scenario. With a little extra work, when we perform an energy evaluation, we can analyze a home's HVAC capacity and the electrical load requirements for installing a heat pump in order to provide the precise specifications necessary in order to right-size that heat pump. The wildfires that we've experienced across Canada this year are a stark reminder of the need to adapt to extreme weather conditions. Through our Healthy Yards programs, we work with homeowners to use nature as a way to make our neighborhoods more resilient to the risk of flooding. With our Rain Smart Neighborhoods program, we take a targeted approach to focus this work in priority neighborhoods and watersheds. And that helps to enhance the existing, the capacity of the existing stormwater infrastructure to handle those really big storms that we know are part of our future. And also it helps to improve, not only manage flood risk, but improve water quality. Water quality, as I'm sure you know, is of particular importance to us here in the region because we draw more than 80% of our drinking water from our groundwater sources. So we help to run a program in partnership with the region of Waterloo to help work with property owners to reduce the amount of salt that they use for winter maintenance purposes. Could you put me on to the next one? Thank you. So our popular backyard tree planting program continued in Cambridge, Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph, and we've also branched out a little bit to pilot some work in Woolwich Township. We're certainly interested to try and expand that work. And we recognize the importance that the many benefits of the trees that we plant need to be shared equitably throughout the community. So we also launched a pilot phase of the community canopy program, which is intended to solve for that issue. The pilot presented opportunities to work with residents in the Chandler Moet neighborhood of Cambridge to determine where they needed trees the most, replanted trees at low or no cost in people's yards, and the city of Kitchener planted along parks, boulevards, and other public spaces at the same time, so that we know that over time, this will help to transform the tree canopy within those neighborhoods. So we're really excited about this program. We've expanded into several other lower canopy neighborhoods in Kitchener, and we've just started doing one in a neighborhood in Cambridge this past summer. Spend a little more time on this one. So our native tree nursery is now producing 10,000 saplings per year, all grown from locally collected seed. And I definitely want to recognize the work of over 40 volunteers who put over 280 hours of their time to help grow and distribute the trees within the local sort of ecosystem. Starting this fall, inspired by Trees for Woolwich, you might have seen the tubes kind of if you're driving through Woolwich. We are teaming up with the region of Waterloo and the townships of Wellesley and Wilmot to expand that roadside tree planting program in these townships. So we secured some funding from the Federation of Canadian Municipalities in order to do this. And we know that this will help bring more trees and biodiversity to our rural roadsides. In addition, the planning for this project has helped to facilitate the development of a shared platform for the tracking of tree inventory and asset management for roadside trees in the right-of-way, which, to be honest, there has been a lack, and there hasn't been that information sharing across different municipalities within the region. So we're really excited that there's some side benefits to this work as well. So we'll be starting next week. We've delivered some letters to some adjacent property owners, and we're planning to plant 2,000 trees along regional roads starting next week and going through the end of November. And then we're also starting the planning for next spring, where we'll also be expanding that into some township roads in Wellesley as well. Overall, we're planning to plant 9,000 trees over the next 3 years. It advanced for me to the, oh, perfect, thank you. So we co-lead the Climate Action WR program with Sustainable Waterloo Region in partnership with all of our area municipalities, including Wellesley. Most recently, we launched the With You We Can campaign to offer an on-ramp for connecting people to local resources in order to, so that they can start their own sustainability journey. In terms of our financials that we report on every year, as we expected, this was a down year for us. Those energy evaluations dropped to less than half of what we've done in previous years. So we're definitely in the bust part of a boom and bust cycle. Fortunately, over some of those boom years, we were able to gain some retained earnings, which we've used to invest in new programs like that heat pump right sizing program that I mentioned before. And this is my last slide. Just want to say thank you to all of our partners from around the region. We value, the collaboration and the work that we do with all of our area municipalities. The logos up there are contributors to our core funding. So Mayor Nowak, I know you sit on regional council, so we're very grateful for that support. It helps us weather those boom and bust cycles that we're experiencing right now. So I'll yield the rest of my time, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Questions?
Yeah. Thanks for that presentation. Do you know how many trees roughly are going to be planted within the Township of Wellesley of those 9,000?
5,000 is what we're aiming for.
Wow.
Yeah. So
5,000
in Wellesley. Yeah.
Wow. It's exciting.
Mhm. And we know there's opportunity to plant more as well. We're hoping that this is sort of the start. So really, we want to make this a proof of concept so that we can pursue additional funding to plant more. So yeah.
Is there federal funding?
Yeah. So the Federation of Canadian Municipalities is providing the bulk of the funding. It is a 50% matching. So the region of Waterloo is putting up most of it, which is why we're focused mainly on regional roads. Township of Wellesley is providing some of that, and REAP Green Solutions is also providing some of that.
We also give out trees October 18th and what's the next date? The following
18th.
Saturday.
Yeah, 18th and 25th.
Yeah, we give out 600 trees on each of those days. First come, first serve. So it's a great initiative. So, and I love to hear this stuff. That's great.
Yeah.
Eric, did you have? I thought your hand was up, Shelley.
Hi. Do you know which regional roads they're looking at?
Yeah. Actually, I took Google Maps to get here today, and I ended up driving down most of them actually. And if you want more detail, we can kind of let you know when we're sort of planning, but you'll start to see stakes. Actually, we've started to put some stakes down some of these roads, and then we'll plant subsequently in following weeks. So Moser Young Road, Weimar Line, Cressler Road, Lobsinger, Hutchinson, Ament Line, William Hastings Line, and Mansard.
Excellent. Okay, thank you.
Covers quite a bit.
Yeah. So I'm not sure all of those will be this fall. But again, if you want more details, I can connect you with the exact planting plans.
That's great news. Any other questions? Well, thank you for your presentation, and you're doing great work. And I just want you to know that we certainly appreciate everything you're doing. So
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Likewise. Thank you very much.
Okay. I'll need a motion now. The council rise and go into committee of the whole to receive reports and recommendations. Councillor Brick, second by Councillor Wagner, all in favor. That's carried. And we're going to go right down to recreation.
Thank you. I guess there's no service board reports. So I will go to Rec 12, 2025 Paradise and District Lions Club donation, motion required. Recommendation that the Council of the Township of Wellesley accept a sponsorship fee of $4,000 from the Paradise and District Lions Club, and that these funds be used to offset the cost of public skating at the St. Clements Arena, thereby allowing the township to waive the $2 administration fee and provide free public skating for the 2025-2026 ice season at the St. Clements Arena. Do I have a mover? Moved by Councillor Brick, seconded by Mayor Nowak. Is there any discussion on that?
I just have a question. It's maybe a little bit off topic to this, but I know last year we got some comments at the Wellesley Arena about accepting cash for admission for public skating. And I know it doesn't tie to this, but when we're on the topic, is that something that we might be able to offer this year? I had a bunch of parents that were concerned that when they send their kid down, then they can't send them with a toonie. Is that something that we've thought about?
Yep, thanks, Councilor Brick. Staff, we're actually meeting tomorrow as staff about that. We do have with our part-time hours extended at the front desk of the rec complex. We now will have staff at the front desk on Sundays from 8:30 till 3 p.m. That's for allowing us to take cash payments for public skating. So we're going to be meeting as staff tomorrow to figure out how that's all going to work out as public skating is starting this weekend. But we'll get something out on social media potentially as early as tomorrow afternoon.
Perfect. Thank you.
And sorry, does the director have a report they'd like to bring forward?
Thanks, Councilor Wagner. It's a pretty straightforward report. It's about 29 public skates approximately in the season. So the Lions, they have proposed this amount to staff, and the staff can feel comfortable recommending this to council. It's a good initiative. It does provide the residents of the township and in St. Clements to have access to free public skating. So staff have no issues at all making this recommendation tonight.
Thank you. Is there any other? Please tell them thank you from all of us. I think it's great. So, and then that is it for me.
Call the question.
Oh, sorry. All in favor of the recommendation? Carried.
Okay. I'll need a motion that the committee of the whole rise. Council resume and report. Moved by Councillor Wagner, second by Councillor Brick. All in favor? Carried. Motion that the report of the committee of the whole be adopted as set forth in the motions and actions detailed above. Moved by Councillor Wagner, second by Councillor Brick. All in favor? The budget variance reports. I'll need a motion to accept them. Moved by Councillor Wagner, second by Councillor Brick. Any discussion on the budget variance reports? Okay, all in favor then, and that's carried. Unfinished business. Maybe I'm going to go to the CAO report and then I'm going to come back to the unfinished business. But yeah,
Thanks, Mayor Nowak. Currently, the Taste of the Countryside event is on as a 10-day event that highlights local flavors and food businesses in the townships within Waterloo region. Township of Wellesley is a sponsor of that, and both the Wellesley Lounge and Schmittsville Restaurant are on this Taste of Countryside event. So if you have a chance during these 10 days, it ends on October 5th, to explore some of those restaurants, you can be entered for prizes as well. The outdoor movie night that we held on September 5th and the disc golf grand opening was very well attended, and we got a lot of good reviews on it. We did have to move the movie inside instead of outside based on the windy weather, but it was very well received, and hopefully we'll be able to do that again. Healthcare Center MOU for Linwood has been signed by both parties, so we are proceeding with looking at design opportunities for that facility, and hopefully we'll have more to update on that shortly. And lastly, I want to congratulate our clerk, Grace Kosh, on her retirement. Grace has been with us since 2003, and she has announced her retirement effective. Today is her last day. She gave us notice a couple of weeks back. And we really wish Grace well in her future endeavors and thank her for all of her service to the township.
Any questions, Terry?
Sorry, forgot one thing. So it's come to our attention that there's been a couple of newspaper articles that council wages in Wellesley Township are below what our neighboring townships are. So with council's blessing, I would like to ask that the clerk's department will look into surrounding neighborhoods or surrounding municipalities and get their wage rates for councillors so that prior to the next election, council can make a decision whether we should increase our councillor wages or not. Seek direction from council on that if you're okay with proceeding with that. Okay, thank you.
And under new business, I just wanted to bring up, there's been a fair bit of social media discussion with regard to some additional trail work within the village of Wellesley, in the north part of the village. And I believe our Director of Public Works has a comment on that.
Thanks, Mayor Noack. Yeah, there's been some chatter from some residents in Wellesley again about a potential trail expansion. So as part of the transportation mobility master plan, we expect the final report in around the end of February. And the active transportation network will certainly be a large focus in that in that draft plan or final plan, sorry. And I'm fairly certain that an expansion of our multi-use trails and active transportation network will certainly be a recommendation that comes out of it. So I would advise waiting until we have that final report, just so we have some backing from that township or from that consultant. They're looking at the whole township as a whole and how it fits in with the active transportation network. It'll be I know what was brought up was really the north side of Wellesley, and where there was a trail planned upon initial development and it was abandoned. The Transportation Master Mobility Plan will look at the entire village of Wellesley along with all the other settlement areas as well. So it's part of a much larger conversation. It'll be a collaboration between the planning department, the recreation department, and public works as well. So again, I would advise waiting until we have that final report in hand. You'll see when we present budget for 2026, I will have a line item in there for multi-use trail expansion engineering. So if there was a recommendation that came out of that plan in February, we would have a line item in next year's budget upon approval, obviously, to use towards that type of engineering. And in the meantime, we can certainly look at what a preliminary alignment might look like, do some of that legwork ahead of time, because like I said, it's a pretty good chance they're going to make a recommendation like that. So we can do some of that preliminary design work without necessarily getting into the weeds of surveying and potential property acquisition. There's going to be a lot involved in it, so it's not going to happen quickly. But I certainly think getting the ball rolling is a good idea if that's what council wants to do. But again, I'd like to wait until we have that final report from the consultant.
Great, thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. Any questions for Chris on that? Oh, okay. So where are we? See those updates. So bylaws, we're going to go to the bylaws. So recommendation that bylaw number 25, 2025 and 26, 2025 be read first and second time. Moved by Councillor Wagner, second by Councillor Brick. All in favor? That the same bylaws be read a third time, passed, and the mayor and clerk be authorized to sign and seal the bylaw under the corporate seal. Moved by Councillor Wagner, second by Councillor Brick. All in favor? And that's carried. Next meeting committee of the whole, October 14th. Councillor Wagner, motion to adjourn. All in favor?